out there? For 15 years, I was a local police officer, and I thought I had to be a police officer for the rest of my life, right? As a government employee, you think that's what you have to do, because that's what cops do. I was married to my pension, married to work, the king of overtime in our department. 6 months into promoting the challenge with my wife, I walked into the chief's office and retired 5 days later. For all my cop buddies out there, you can do it. Surround yourself with inspiring people, the people that you, wherever they're at, follow them, and you'll get there too.
For 18 years, I worked in the mortgage banking and finance industry. Then in August of 2007, with a snap of a finger, my job was gone. The company I worked for 14 years was gone. And I can truly say this was a defining moment for Christina and myself. This was the moment when we decided that no longer would we allow someone else to determine our fate, to determine our finances, and to determine whether we would have a paycheck the next week. Discovering ViSalus has been one of the most uplifting and incredible journeys that we've ever faced, and we're looking forward to being stewards and missions going forward.
I started out in the corporate world, but was told I was not good in the corporate world, so got married like every girl wants to do, and decided I was the best at being a stay-at-home mom. When I was introduced to ViSalus, we had 3 kids under the age of 5 and a teenager. It's quite busy, but I never thought, I've always wanted to be successful, but I couldn't do it in the corporate world, so I thought I'd just do it at home. Not thinking I could ever bring in a 6-figure income from home, and now that's what we do. And I enjoy helping people from my home and not leaving it just like I was before.
I've had over 70 jobs in my lifetime. Since I was 12 years old, I've been searching for purpose. I dropped out of Bible college to get into this industry, and I've been searching for purpose my entire life, and I found it here.
Since I was 17 years old, I've been selling something. And I've been pretty good at it. I've sold food, I've sold insurance, I've sold whatever it took to put bread on the table. I thought that's what it was going to be. It was going to be, you're going to find the next job to sell something, to maybe make a little more money. But in truth, all I was doing was paying for my boss's car, my boss's house, his vacations, and his future. While all the time I struggled to take care of myself. That changed 2.5 years ago.
I was raised in a middle-class home where we were taught to get a good education and to get a good job. And I did that. I was in the corporate industry and the insurance industry, and then I met this wonderful man here, got married, had babies, and became a stay-at-home mom. I've been a stay-at-home mom for over 10 years now. So I have the ability to speak into my children, and that's all that I thought I was able to do. But now I have the power to speak into many other lives. Thank you.
I went to university for 4 years to get my degree in nutrition because that's what I thought I was supposed to do. To come out to go back to being a secretary and then having to get a second job just so that I could pay the bills for myself. All I wanted to do was make a difference, change people's health, and I'm so grateful that I found ViSalus because that's what we get to do every single day now.
I was a fireman for 19 years. Working 60 to 80 hours a week, working every holiday, every Christmas, every Thanksgiving, having the entire family juggle around the fire department schedule. taken in every day, getting beat up or hurt or burned, and sometimes not even know if I was going to go home the next day. And I just thought that was how life was supposed to be. But this gives you the opportunity, you know, when I was a fireman, I wanted to help people, but this gives you the ability to go help so many more people.
When I left school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I found a computer. And it was great because I didn't have to speak to people. Spent most of my life as a computer nerd. Became a professional gamer. I ended up being spending my life just helping people with computers. And it's what I thought. I mean, I didn't know what else I wanted. And it wasn't until I found ViSalus that I felt fulfillment. 10 years of driving 2 hours to work, 2 hours home. At the end of it, 30 years old, I was like, what am I here for? And when I found ViSalus, all the experiences I've been through, it made me feel like I was home.
"19 years in the construction industry. And as you guys learned last night, I hate it. But I didn't know there was another way. Went from job to job to job with no appreciation of my hard work, my long hours away from my family. I had no clue that there was a life out there to get to help people and be appreciated for it. And for ViSalus, I now get to enjoy that."
Dropping out of college, I learned very quickly that my value was determined on an hourly basis. And I would pray every quarter for that 50-cent raise that would make all the difference. 60 hours a week, working for a bipolar boss, I was miserable. Until I finally found an industry and a company where my value was determined by how many lives I could transform.
I loved health and fitness my whole life. I've always wanted to help the masses, and I thought that answer was to open up a gym. So I partnered up with some great people, and we spent $3.2 million opening up a Gold's Gym. That gym, I leveraged my home for. And I spent 15 hours a day. I had no life. I didn't take a vacation for 3 years because we were open 24 hours. I realize now that ViSalus is my gym. I could inspire and help the masses more than ever before.
I thought the only way to truly be successful was to own a small business, so I bought an insurance agency. In the end, what I found was I bought an expensive job. I was working 70, 80 hours a week, Saturdays, Sundays. My health was deteriorating, and my employees were making more money than I was. But then I found a better way. I found a way that I could buy my life back, my health back, and my time back.